So I don't know much about print in general other than labels. I am a कुएं का मेंढक. मेरे को सिर्फ उतना ही मालूम है, ज़्यादा नहीं मालूम है.
नहीं, अभी वो तो थोड़ा मॉडेस्टी हो गया. आपने मशीन से बनाया है तो आपको अभी
लेबल का ही बनाया है,
लेकिन
लेबल ही जानता है.
लेबल छापना और लेबल का मशीन बनाना इज लाइक. सो टेल अस मोर.
I've had my share of silly things that I've done. So,
but what motivated you, like, in terms of getting into the machine manufacturing?
yeah. So see, labels. If you ask me about the industry, I feel it's an industry which has a very, very low top line. The average selling price of a label is atanni chavannis. That's how I call it. 25 to 35 paisa is broadly the average selling price of a label. So if a company has to do, let's say, 100 crores plus of revenue, let's say we are talking of a 10 crore revenue a month. So you have to decorate 40 crore labels or 30 crore labels to get that kind of a revenue, right? And in a space where there are so many printers, my guess is there are about 3,500 label printers in the country.
3,500.
3,500.
Wow.
And it's a very, the entry barrier is very, very low. A label press today, Indian press fully loaded, would be less than 2 crores maybe. I hope like open guys don't beat me up for that. But yeah, somewhere in that range, let's say 2.5 crores. And a European press would be 4-5 crores.
Okay.
So the entry barrier is very less. And one press does it all. You put one press on and you're in business.
Okay.
So one the things that I find very unique about the label industry, good or bad, that I don't know, I can't say. But one, the top line is very small. Hence, scalability is always a challenge and a concern. What do you do after 100? What do you do after 200? Can you become 1,000? Right. Second, the industry is, and it again is very, very personal, my opinion. I feel everyone else makes money except the printer.
Go deeper. What do you mean by that?
So, a very large chunk of the cost of a label comes from the label stock, which is your sticker paper.
Correct.
Right. You have very large companies there. Very large parts. Yeah, there are many companies around the world. A very large part of your capital expenditure goes towards the press.
True.
Which is again a very, very expensive piece of equipment.
True.
And if you see the cost structures of what it costs to build a press versus what the press is sold at, similarly, what it costs to make a label stock versus what it is sold at, and when you look at your own costs and what price you're selling your label, you can very well understand how much money are you making versus how much money everyone else is making. So it's very interesting that a label printer does a lot of work. कागज पर आपने सही शाई लगाई तो 1.5 गुना मिला कागज का, गलत लगाई तो जेब से पैसा देना पड़ता है उस कागज को जलाने के लिए. स्टिकर पेपर का रद्दी भी नहीं बिकता.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So that is how difficult this industry is.
Okay.
So third, I would say it is the end consumer demand is possibly not growing at the same pace at which the demand for flexographic machines or the speed or the pace at which the label printers are growing. So this is also a little, this is to do with less of a entry barrier. So this is making the industry very crowded, very...
So what you're basically saying is that the number of machines that are coming into the industry are far more because there is no barrier to entry. Anyone can just put a machine and start label printing. But the demand for or the consumption of these labels are not growing at the same pace.
Yes, I would like to believe that.
Okay. And that is what is making it difficult for existing printers to remain profitable or to scale up their business.
Yes, I would not deny there are no profits. There are margins, like in any business, right? But it does cast a doubt in the mind of a customer when I am selling with a reasonable margin, let's say at 50 paisa a label, and someone walks in and offers a 35 paisa, right? When you know what his costs are, when your inputs are all coming from the same place, your machines and your label stocks, everything is insignificant. Then how do you compete in such an?
So why does a printer do that? I mean, is he dumb? Doesn't understand his costing? Or sorry to say कि जो बाकी के printers है उनका margin बहुत ज़्यादा है. क्या है reason? ऐसे 35 पैसे या इतना ridiculous pricing मैं काफ़ी बार सुनता हूँ लोगों से that people are quoting outright far low prices.
See, you have to understand print industry cannot work like a Flipkart or an Amazon or a business model where you pump in crores of rupees today and you expect to reap out those margins 5 years or 10 years later when a consumer is addicted to your app. It doesn't work like that. But we somehow, some of our friends, and we made that mistake, I must admit. We feel that, okay, I'll get the price down once, get in, make an entry, and then figure it out. By the time you're figuring it out, someone else is doing the same thing, and by the time that guy is figuring out, the third guy is in there.
Oh, okay.